Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Brewster Library is refreshed and ready for visitors. Next year, Washingtonians may have a chance to help name the state's newest apple variety. And rain showers in the forecast tomorrow with snow in the mountains, which will make for winter driving conditions. More coming up in weather. A site survey could be completed in spring for a proposed 4,400-acre solar farm on Badger Mountain in Douglas County. On Wednesday, the development firm Aurora Solar LLC told the State Energy Facility Site Evaluation Council it could complete its initial survey in January. The developers acknowledge the site is currently prohibited under Douglas County zoning, but they're pursuing a process through the State Energy Council that would allow Governor Jay Inslee to override local controls. All three county commissioners and many Douglas County residents have voiced opposition to the development, citing species habitat and loss of rural land. If it's built, the Badger Mountain facility could generate up to 200 megawatts of electricity from the sun. Washington detainees who are awaiting immigration trials in Washington must be paid the state minimum wage for their labor. That's the ruling today from Washington's Supreme Court, upholding a 2021 federal lawsuit victory that awarded more than $23 million in back wages and damages to immigration detainees who were paid only $1 a day for their work while in custody. The GEO Group operates the Northwest ICE Processing Center on behalf of the Department of Homeland Security. The company unsuccessfully argued the detained immigrants are not employees under Washington's minimum wage law. The state requires a minimum $14.49 hourly rate, among the highest in the country. The case now returns to the federal courts. The Brewster Library is refreshed and ready for visitors. After closing down in August for renovations, the library reopened last week. Brewster was the prototype location for the Reimagining Spaces project, which aims to turn 29 North Central Washington Libraries locations into safe, accessible, and welcoming spaces. NCW Libraries hosted a series of community engagement events to identify where the library needed most improvement, which included the need for updated furniture and new seating areas, a quiet workspace, a private staff work area, and more. North Central Washington Libraries will invest $10 million total into the multi-year Reimagining Spaces project. The Conservation District for Chelan County has an estimated $4 million in funding for forest health and wildlife preparedness lined up for the new year, and it wants to partner with rural landowners on some of those projects. The Cascadia Conservation District says about $2 million is available in cost sharing for landowners in the upper Wenatchee Valley who want to reduce hazardous fuels on and around their properties. There's also $1.7 million in state awards for forest health and resilience projects like creating defensible space, wood chipping programs, prescribed burn equipment, and a pilot program to help residents turn vegetation into biochar. You can learn more and apply to participate in some of those programs through the district's website at cascadiacd.org. When we come back, Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison spent part of last week patrolling one of the county's most remote villages. And we will continue our conversation with 7th District State Senator Shelley Short. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today. Castle Rock International is the Northwest's premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, waterfront properties, and commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, award-winning Castle Rock International has the listings and the highly qualified buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today, or visit their website for more information about this outstanding local company.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison spent part of last week patrolling one of the county's most remote villages. The town of Holden above Lake Chelan is prone to roadway avalanche danger in the wintertime. Morrison and department staffers, including Chief of Special Operations Ryan Moody, visited Holden to learn more about the risks and strategies for dealing with snowslides and their aftermath. They partnered on the tour with the U.S. Forest Service, the Holden Village Retreat Center, and Rio Tinto. That's the mining company that once operated on the village site. Next year, Washingtonians may have a chance to help name the state's newest apple variety. Like the successful Cosmic Crisp apple, the new strain, now known as WA64, will need a proper name before going to market. Washington State University, where tree fruit researchers developed the new hybrid, plans to open the naming process up to the public in a contest in the spring. WA64 is a cross between Honeycrisp and the Crips Pink apple variety. It's the fourth new apple to be released by WSU. The Cosmic Crisp, which was also developed at Washington State University, underwent a similar naming process before appearing in stores in 2019. Back in the spring, the Washington legislature passed Senate Bill 5599, which sets guidelines for youth fleeing their families to seek gender-affirming care. That bill is now law, allowing licensed shelters to contact the Department of Children, Youth, and Families on child's behalf rather than the parents. Republicans opposed the measure, and 7th District State Senator Shelley Short was one of 20 to vote against it. She told NCWLIFE News the law goes too far in putting the state in the middle of the family.
It was one of the worst bills, I've seen. And I think the reason I would characterize it that way isn't because of the individuals who seek that kind of treatment. It really has to do with the state's involvement in the parents' role, with their children. That bill evolved somewhat, but really, it's tough to be a parent, and there are times as kids we don't understand our parents, and there are fights and there are disagreements, but really it's incumbent upon the family to work through those. What they have now done with that bill is essentially say, if that child just simply disagrees with parents who may not support their decision, they can now essentially run away, go to safe houses. The parent may or may not be subject to the Child Protective Services. They have now increased the role that they may have in a family, where before it was really for safety, for welfare. Obviously, if a child was injured, very important that they're there. But this expanded that territory in ways they've never done before.
Coming up next, we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, where we will introduce you to Odie the dog. Rain in the forecast tomorrow with excellent travel weather expected on Saturday. That and a look at the Christmas forecast coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging in Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging in Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Pepperoni, Canadian bacon, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. And when you give the gift of Abby's, we'll give you a present too.
It's time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today's featured pet is a playful Border Collie mix who's searching for a family to spend the holidays with. Meet Odie the dog.
Hi, I'm Coralie with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager here. And this is Odie. Odie loves belly scratches. And he is about 6 months old. He's our resident adorable Santa Claus. We think that he is part Border Collie, part Husky, and maybe some Black Lab in there. I don't know, it's always kind of a fun game to guess. Because this little guy came to us as a stray, actually through a rescue partner up north. Who ran out of space, and so they brought him to us because we have a little bit more resources to care for him. Odie is playful, but he is also very, very mellow. He loves his toys and his stuffed animals, and he loves playing with his friends. His best friend is actually another dog we have here who looks almost exactly like him. It's kind of funny. They're like twinsies. They came from totally different places. Odie is also really smart. He knows his tricks. He knows sit, and he knows stay and down, and he's learning spin, which is kind of fun. He's a super snuggly boy, and he's just a really good level of energy. Playful, but will relax. Very treat motivated, learns things incredibly fast, and he's just a joy to have here. He is a staff and volunteer favorite, and just loves hanging out with us. As usual, we don't know how he is with cats, but he's still really young, and when they're this young, it's much easier to get them to accept other species, to get along with cats, and because they just sort of grow up with them like their brother or sister, and it's so much easier that way. He's great with other dogs, and I don't know, I think he would be just a really great overall family dog. He's just kind of got it all. If you'd like to come meet Odie, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 11 till 6, and he would really love to meet you.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast as we creep closer towards this Christmas weekend. And today, a lot like the past 2 weeks have been. We had lots of those low-hanging clouds, some patchy fog in spots, and that's the situation that the Lake Chelan folks had this afternoon. This is Lake Chelan shot. You can see Manson there in the background and a lot of those low-hanging clouds throughout the day today. And as I mentioned, we've had that for practically 2 weeks. But things are going to change as we get you into Friday. In fact, moderate snowfall is now expected in the mountains as we get into Friday. We expect a good chance for rain here in the lowlands. And as we get into Sunday, here are some of our snow totals. Blewett Pass will be the best pass to travel over the holiday weekend. 1 inch of snow is possible, about 2 inches if you're traveling east into Lookout Pass. And then we find a little more snow here close to home. Snoqualmie Pass could see 3 to 4 inches by Sunday. And Stevens Pass on Highway 2, 6 to 8 inches of snow, and that's by the time we get to Sunday. So boy, we do have a storm system moving in. Be very, very careful if you're traveling, especially tomorrow night into Saturday. Today's high temperature, 39 degrees, still up from what we should be for this time of year. 32 is our normal. Our record high, 55 degrees, and that was set in 1974. 36 this morning, so a 3-degree warm up throughout the day today, and that's pretty much how our last week or two has been. 24 our overnight low this morning. Our record cold, do you remember it? Last year, 7 degrees below zero, and yeah, set in 2022. 6.14 inches of precip now since January 1st, and 6 inches of snowfall since October 1st. Sunrise 7:45, and the sun sets at 4:13. And by the way, happy winter. The winter solstice will take place at 10:57 p.m. tonight, which means the Earth axis tilts away from the sun during our winter solstice. All right, high temperatures as we get you into Friday, and they're not going to feel very winter-like, that's for sure. 41 at Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. 40 the high temperature in Wenatchee tomorrow, and that goes pretty much for Entiat, Chelan, and into Omak, maybe some low 40s that way, and then mid to upper 30s as we get into our upper elevations. Kashmir tomorrow, high temperature of 39. Taking a look at tonight, we expect. Let's look at our extended weather picture before we get there. This is going to tell us a lot. Here's the storm system that's going to move through on Friday. We have high pressure in the Great Basin. That will slide in then Saturday, Sunday, and then as we get into the first part of next week, a large area of low pressure will move in, bringing us some more rain showers. So here's the edge of that storm that will move through our area on Friday, bringing us cloudy skies tonight, mid to upper 30s, very mild overnight lows. And then for Friday, here we go as that system moves across southern Canada. Rain showers, especially around that 11 o'clock to 3 p.m. time frame for Friday. We'll see high temperatures, as we mentioned, right around that 40-degree mark. Getting you into Saturday, and this is your travel day, at least traveling to eastern Washington. It's a great one. We'll see lots of sunshine. I think we'll even see some melting in the Cascades on Saturday. Highs again around 40 degrees. And then things will begin to change a little bit as we get you into Christmas Eve. Cloudy skies. There is our next weather maker. It will usher in some cooler temperatures, and you can see that blue diving all the way down into northern New Mexico. So a lot of cold air on Christmas Eve. For Christmas Day, yeah, steady flow of increasing clouds as that storm makes its way into the Pacific Northwest. We'll see highs on Christmas Day into those mid-30s. And then as we get you into Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to see some wet weather. Tuesday, here we go. Throughout the day, a 60% chance of rain and snow. Those showers will taper off late in the afternoon. We'll see high temperatures in the mid to upper 30s on Tuesday. You can see some of that colder air eroding away as we get into midweek Wednesday, and then we'll see a double shot of low pressure off our coastline. A 50% chance of rain on Wednesday, with high temperatures warming up with that southwesterly flow to temperatures right around 40 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. 37 overnight. night tonight. Going to be a rainy one, maybe mixed with snow tomorrow and 40. This is the best travel day Saturday. If you are traveling, sunny and mild and 40. Some cooler temperatures on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We'll see highs right around 34 degrees, and then the wet weather returns on Tuesday and Wednesday. Anywhere from a 50 to 60% chance of rain and rain mixed with snow. 37 your high Tuesday and 40 the high temperature on Wednesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Grantstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Get your favorite beverage and a wide variety of food choices all under one big roof at the Tap Room in Pybus. The Tap Room has the most popular choices for lunch and dinner in the Valley. With unique appetizers, salads, sandwiches, and tasty rice bowls, everybody will find a new favorite dish. Plus many craft beers from Hellbent Brewing, or you can choose wine, cider, or a delightful craft cocktail. Experience the family-friendly Tap Room at Pybus for yourself. It's just what you've been looking for.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Well, we're up here at Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort, where they are open 7 days a week. Skiing is magnificent, and they're hoping for more snow coming up this weekend. In fact, they're going to celebrate night skiing for the first time day after Christmas. If you want more information about what's happening daily at Mission Ridge, be sure and go online to missionridge.com and watch soon here on the NCWLIFE channel for a conversation with a ski cross racer who's on the World Cup and the U.S. ski team, Jack Mitchell, right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, the Seattle Kraken skied to a win last night, or skated to a win, if you will, over the L.A. Kings by a final of 2-1. Brandon Tanev and Jordan Eberle found the back of the net for Seattle, but not before Joey Decord was put to the test early and often. The goalie stopped 42 of 43 shots on the night and was peppered early by the Kings' attack.
A little give and go, feeds his partner England. His shot saved. Lazat, the rebound, can't tee it up. And the goalie, Decord, will cover. Spence again, and more again, a shot on goal. Deneau with it right corner. For Trevor Moore, 15 goals, leads the team. For Fiala, 10 assists in his last 10 games. Cross ice, England. England threw it to the net, save is made, rebound, England stick tied up. But here is Fiala, another great shift for the Kings. Fiala a chance and a save. And for Doughty, and across it comes Kopitar, a shot tipped wide. Boy, great puck movement again by this line. And Anderson and Doughty on the blue line. Anderson a shot, stick save. Rebound, Byfield couldn't tee it up. Ferrier, 2-on-1 with Roy to the net. Roy a shot, hit the crossbar. Wenberg in on the draw, and off the draw in front it comes, and Tanev scores. It looked like the Kings won the draw, but the puck wound up to Tanev. 1-0 Seattle.
You can see the bounces right there. There's not much you can do here.
Lexiak a shot. Kicked out. Puck picked up. Fed ahead. Here's Moore. In. Shot. Save is made. Penalty coming up on the play. Kempe at the circle. Stops up. Got back to his knees by Alexiak. Anderson throws it at the net. That's blocked. Beniers plays it at a break. Eberle in, shoots, and scores. A break from the blue line in by Jordan Eberle gives Seattle a 2-0 lead.
Would not be surprised to see the Kings here as much as possible.
Oh, look out, a turnover, score! Blake Lazat, a short-handed goal. 7 seconds left, leaves it for Larson to play down, and that is going to do it.
Seattle remains in Southern California for the next couple of days. They'll take on Anaheim on the road tomorrow night at 5. You can watch that on Root Sports Northwest. Gonzaga men's basketball team defended its home court with a 176 win over Jackson State last night. Graham Ike found his footing with 22 points, while Nolan Hickman added 18. The Washington State women came up short in a road game at Auburn, falling 69-62. Astera Tuhina scored 15 points, while Charlize Ledger-Walker had 12 for the Cougars. 20th-ranked Gonzaga traveled to the desert, came away with an 81-69 win over Arizona. Yvonne Ejim led the way with 27 points, while Brianna Maxwell had 17 for the Bulldogs. 23rd-ranked Washington came close at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville, but fell to the 19th-ranked Cardinals last night, 59-51. Lauren Schultz led the Huskies with 13 points, while Delia Daniels had 12. Well, the Seahawks hope to make it 2 wins in a row as they head for Nashville coming up on Sunday. The 7-7 Seahawks take on the 5-9 Titans in Tennessee. Coach Pete Carroll says Seattle is preparing for a much different style of team than what they saw against Philadelphia on Monday.
I want to do this better than we did our last short week, and so we're determined to. We've changed a couple little things here about it. Want the guys to really be ready to go again. Because I know that Coach Vrabel's got a style for his club that is really obvious. They're tough, they're physical, they're strong and big. They run the heck out of the football. They believe in it. They're really aggressive on defense, and we've got to get ourselves ready to go. And so we got to have a fantastic week here to make that happen. We'll see some things, we'll see Gino will come back to practice. He's going to practice today and go full go, and we'll see how that works. That's exciting for us, and so there's a lot of interesting stuff about this week, and we got to get cranked up. We got 3 games to go, and this is the only one we can focus on. So I hope we do a great job of that.
Carroll says he hopes the lessons from a Monday night win will help bolster the confidence of his team over the final 3 games of the season.
Because we've had to work so hard for everybody that we've played, and it's been frustrating, and we're not getting what we want, but the guys keep coming back. So the mentality and the resolve is there, but there ain't nothing like the rewards of the victory, and so this was. It was. I hope we took it right, and we're gonna take the next step, not being drawn back into it. But yet it was reinforcing, and it was reinforcing because we finished so well, and that's what we're always. The battle cry around here is finishing, and we did that on both sides of the football, and in special teams as well. So we were all really there together at the moment when we needed to be, and that's crucially valuable. And so I'm hoping we can carry that with us.
Wide receiver DK Metcalf says he believes Monday's lesson will stick with Seattle since they beat a very good team while playing with a backup quarterback.
Boost our confidence, man, because for a team like us who was searching for a win, just to get it against a team that good in the atmosphere that we did in front of our home team, in front of our home crowd, and then, with Drew at quarterback. So now we get to go back and basically start over from scratch. We know what we did last week, but let's try to continue to build on that and finish out these last 3 weeks.
Seattle and Tennessee kick off Sunday morning at 10 o'clock on CBS. Turning to local sports, we'll see what happened in high school basketball last night. Meade came into town, beat Eastmont in boys basketball 58-41. Spanaway Lake dispatched Wenatchee 87-57. Bridgeport ended Eddy at 58-39. Waterville Mansfield edged Columbia Stevens 49-47. Moses Lake Christian beat Odessa 76-46. Eastmont girls flexed their muscles with a 62-18 win over visiting Spanaway Lake last night. Rogers Puyallup beat Wenatchee 48-22. Ephrata top Palo Verde 34-31. Odessa beat Bridgeport 56-22. Eddy at top Moses Lake Christian 37-22. On the schedule today, earlier, Ephrata was facing Columbia at Durango High School. Also, Highland was visiting Oroville. Tenasket takes on Jenkins Chewelah. Chelan hosts Liberty Bell at 5:45, while Quincy's at Omak and Cashmere host Cascade. Walla Walla plays at Eastmont at 6, while Wenatchee is hosting Spanaway Lake. The Ephrata boys continue their visit in Las Vegas with a game against Gresham Union today. Oroville's hosting Highland. Jenkins Chewelah visits Tenasket. Chelan hosts Liberty Bell at 7:15, while Omak hosts Quincy and Cascade visits Cashmere. 7:30 games tonight have Spanaway Lake at Eastmont, while Wenatchee is hosting Cheney. Again, lots of skiing to be had here over the holiday break here in Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort. Go to missionridge.com for details. With NCWLIFE Channel Sports, I'm Eric Cranstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.